Hey, now it's the Rob from 106.1 KISS FM here with my tag team partner in podcasting.
Hey guys, it's me, Steve, web contributor to 1061 evansville.com.
Okay, so it is the week before Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
On Thursday, we'll give our official predictions, but
Yes.
in the meantime, there was a big Raw last night. And
It was pretty big.
I had some thoughts about Raw. I thought it was a solid show. I thought it got started with a whole lot of energy.
Yeah.
The first person out the gate was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would not consider that a surprise that he was there, even though it was going back and forth. But when you have your Brock Lesnar podcast later on the night, obviously he's going to be there. He brought out Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, and I thought that had a lot of energy. It was good. I enjoyed that segment.
The only thing I didn't like about that segment is when Undertaker came out, I was hoping for some kind of exchange between Stone Cold and Undertaker. And then Stone Cold was just gone when Undertaker got to the ring.
Well, you know, it's funny you mention that because the show I actually thought suffered from that throughout the entire thing, and I'll explain. I thought the show continued to get worse because it seems like they just cut and pasted the opening segment every hour throughout the show. Yeah. So what was it? Shawn Michaels and who did Shawn Michaels have with him in the second?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins,
yes.
right? Same exact thing. It was just kind of. It wasn't a bad segment, but it was bad because we had just seen it an hour earlier. Yeah. And then in the third hour, it was Ric Flair and was it Roman Reigns?
Yes.
Yeah, Ric Flair and Roman Reigns, which obviously I didn't think was very good either. But now it's the third time we've seen this same thing. I thought that was a bad idea, but it's not a bad show. Agree? Disagree?
I was probably a little less hype about it than you because they didn't. It's like they had the potential there, but they never pulled the trigger on anything. I was waiting for the super kick. I was waiting for more of an exchange between Reigns and Flair. And I know, Flair's on Reigns' side, but I wanted something more, some substance.
You know who I think is bad in this role, and I've mentioned this before when this was the enhancement talent, but this is not where Shawn Michaels excels, in my opinion. When you let him kind of go on the mic and it's not a promo involving him, he's not good, I don't feel like. I listened to him on Stone Cold's podcast recently. In fact, I still have it on at my desk, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. And when he just kind of goes, he can get kind of dull and boring. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he's my third favorite wrestler of all time. He's one of the best. I mean, he can claim being one of the best of all time. But for some reason, you get him talking about hunting, you get him talking about God, anything besides his own angles, and I don't care.
Yeah, the highlight of last night was him eating the little kid's pizza.
Brittany and I were talking about that, my girlfriend and I. Do you think that was someone he knew, or was that just a random fan's pizza?
I honestly believe it was a random fan's pizza, and I'm dying to know if the kid finished it after he ate it.
I have to tell you, even me, I would not do that. Like when people bring me food, there's no way I'm just going to eat it without, who knows what the hell, what was going on there. But I don't know, that was just me. Another segment from Raw that I thought had potential but missed with me, and I want to get your thoughts on this, and if you disagree, that's fine. The Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt face-to-face sit-off.
Oh, yeah.
Why were they just sitting facing each other? That was so uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, I don't really, they're so far past the sit-off. They shouldn't be doing face-to-face. They shouldn't be at a podium. They should be fighting, and they should be fighting to finish this.
Yeah, well, they're going to do that on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to that match. But I just didn't like how Roman's like, we're going to be nice. I'm going to get a chair for me and a chair for you. I'm going to sit here. You guys don't touch me. I won't touch you. And we're going to talk this out. I didn't like that.
Yeah, the only thing they forgot was the spot of tea.
They were missing a little table with and they needed little chairs with dolls on them. I did not like that, but I did like, while it wasn't as strong as Chicago or Philly, Dallas gave Roman the what for a little bit.
Yeah, he did, but he kind of won him back during that match at the end of the night.
He did do a good performance in that match, but earlier in the show, they were letting the company know we're not on Roman's team. Yeah. So that was what I thought of Raw. Is there anything else from Raw you want to mention?
No, nothing that really stood out other than Kane's absence, but the Raw before the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
I thought New Day still does a good job of keeping... one thing I was getting worried about when they came out dancing again, they've got the trombone, and I'm worried it's going to get stale, but I think they're doing little things enough to keep their comedy fresh that I'm appreciating it.
Yeah.
I also like seeing John Cena mixed up with these guys. I love Cena anywhere but the main event, and this is a great example of it. So one thing I want to talk to you about, Steve, is Seth Rollins and his title run.
Yes.
Because I feel like we're inside a incredibly strong, I would give this title run an A. Maybe not an A+, but an A, in my opinion, of Seth Rollins and this first title run that began at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins has been, in my opinion, a great champion.
Okay.
When does this run end, and who is the guy to end it? I have a few names. Unless you want to throw one at me, I can throw a few at you.
I've got a couple in mind, but if you want to go ahead and start, we can kind of go back and forth.
Okay, well, I have a bunch of names that don't work.
Okay.
For example, I don't think Brock is a good choice. Yeah. Brock is busy right now.
Yes.
Brock is limited in his schedule. And Brock really can't lose until WrestleMania. If you give him the title now, Brock's going to have it until WrestleMania.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I don't like about Brock is when he has the title, because I know it's a special event when the champion's there, but the champion should be present at every show, I believe.
Well, I thought Brock had a great run, but in an ideal world, you're right. I would have loved to have seen Brock more, but I do feel like his absence made things special.
Yes.
I think Cena's a bad choice to dethrone Seth. First of all, they already had their feud, so the ship has kind of sailed. But he's doing wonders for the U.S. title, and I think he's doing better work than ever in the mid-card.
Yeah, the only way I can see Cena possibly getting the belt is if Vince gets in a dire strait, desperate. Let's throw the belt on somebody. Cena would be a top choice. I can see that.
I consider him possible.
Yeah.
Same with this next person, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
The only thing holding Reigns back is the fact that his connection with the audience has gone away.
It has.
And it's becoming more vocal, which I appreciate. I don't think Reigns is ready for that spot, but he is a logical choice as a former Shield member who really hasn't had that run at Rollins yet.
Yes.
So what do you think about his chances?
He's definitely up there.
I agree.
He has to get something back. I think he made a small step in that again last night. But I mean, it's going to take a couple months. I don't want to see him in anything too fast. But I could see him there easily.
What about Dean Ambrose?
I feel like Dean Ambrose is in mid-card hell right now. I love him. He's over, but for some reason they don't just give him that extra step.
And the other problem with Dean is that he already had that main event feud with Rollins and didn't get it done. So I feel like it's not going to be him. Another person I feel like it's not going to be is Sheamus. No. Despite the fact that he's got that Money in the Bank briefcase, he's nowhere near the main event level right now.
Yeah.
He's barely getting by on the mid-card.
Yeah, he should be in NXT.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's got that briefcase, though. So I put it, simply because of that briefcase, I give him a percentage of a chance of winning the thing. Plus, he did run in at the end of the show last month.
Yeah.
So there's that. Orton is a former champion. He's always a viable main event guy. Even when he's feuding with Sheamus, if you immediately slide him into the main event, it doesn't look weird.
Yeah.
Because it's Orton. But he seems to be, I don't know if he's really injured or if it's a work or what the deal is, but I feel like it's just if putting him in the main event with Rollins would be forcing things.
Yeah, he's almost entering that Chris Jericho status to where he's just there to put people over now.
I see your point there.
Yeah.
I thought about the name Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt is a heel, and I don't see their characters crossing path. I don't see Bray Wyatt feuding with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, unless they pull the trigger on Seth Rollins turning face.
Which I don't see happen, and I don't think should happen personally. Although we kind of got a glimpse of that last night a little bit with a Shield reunion.
Yeah.
His opponent this Sunday is Kane, but it's Kane. It's Kane.
They could pull the trigger on this for a couple of different reasons.
You think?
Yeah, it's Halloween season. Kane always fits that bill.
Okay.
But it is 18 years since Kane debuted this month at Bad Blood.
That's true.
In a Hell in a Cell match.
At a Hell in a Cell match, you're right.
And Seth Rollins has pulled off some amazing recoveries and defense of the belt. This may be the time that they don't give it to him. And with that stipulation that if Kane doesn't win, he's fired, that adds something to the mix. You have to think about that.
So do you think Kane is the best choice to get the belt off Rollins?
If I was writing right now, or I was on the team and I thought so, he would be the best even if they give Rollins the belt back in a week or a month, give Kane that short run, because I think Kane's about done, and I think he's kind of paid his dues. Maybe they want to do that for him. I think that's the best opportunity would be this Sunday.
Really? Yeah. Interesting. I don't agree with that, but I see your point. Are there any names you want to talk about that I didn't mention?
Dolph Ziggler. He's on fire, and he's right at the cusp of getting there. I think he's one feud or one big win away from jumping in that. And I've heard rumors of him turning heel. I hope it doesn't happen. I would love to see a Ziggler-Rollins feud. I think they'd just be electric.
So if you had to pick one name, who do you think will dethrone Rollins?
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say Ziggler.
Okay, I'm going to say, of all the people, Reigns, with a second choice being Cena.
Okay.
So you're going to say Ziggler and what, Kane maybe as your second?
Yeah, Kane will be my silver medal.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me that Seth Rollins' title run has been an A?
Beginning of it's been an A. The last 3 months has probably slid to B, B minus.
Okay.
Only because he got to this point to where he wants to prove himself, but he keeps falling back into that save me mode.
Well, listen, all this could happen on Sunday.
Yes.
Steve could be proven right on Sunday. On Thursday, we will lay down our official predictions for the show, Hell in a Cell, on Sunday. Please come back and tune in with us. We appreciate everybody watching. Post to post for myself, the Rob, and of course for my tag team partner, Steve.
We are the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be.